I'm recreating Heston's perfect Christmas, just not quite as perfectly. This is In Search of Imperfection. I'm cooking my way through all of Heston's Perfection Christmas from 2007. Today we look at his Mandarin nitro vodka thing. It's an amuse-bouche, so it's literally a bite that they're going to have. Now this is one of those where I'm going to really struggle to reproduce it. This is based on a classic fat duck restaurant dish, nitro poached green tea and lime mousse. And the story goes that this is Heston's attempt to create the perfect palate cleanser. An almost cloud of green tea and lime so that you are ready for the next dish without being overwhelmed from the previous dish. I'm not going to get my hands on the liquid nitrogen that you need to create this. They do this tableside at the restaurant itself. But I'm not going to get hold of it. It's out of my budget and experience. If I get it wrong, I've got it completely wrong. So I'm just going to go down the mousse angle to hopefully capture the spirit of it. I've read through all of his description in the Fat Duck cookbook, and I think I've got a good handle on what he's aiming for and the sort of techniques that he prefers. This version is not green tea and lime, but a vodka and mandarin flavours that are, of course, a little bit more Christmassy. You might also spot that the air fryer is just sat over there. Well, I'm currently dehydrating some mandarin and lime peel, and I'm going to eventually dry that right down and then blitz it up to form a powder that will form a little dusting over the finished dish. But first, I'm going to make my mousse. So we're whipping up our egg white, just 2 egg whites in there, and the juice from a tin of mandarins, to which I'm adding just 8 grams of vodka. Heston says the sharpness, the clarity of vodka carries the flavour throughout and leaves it refreshing. And to that, I'm going to add some gelatin just to help with the setting. I've just heated it briefly on the hob just to dissolve the bits of gelatin. I'm just going to let it get quite cool. I've got a bit of a balancing act here because the gelatin will want to set it, but I want it cool enough to combine with my egg white. And if I taste it, that is refreshing. It's not sweet like orange juice, but it's got that acidity of mandarin, and I cannot detect any vodka in it. I'm just combining it really well now, the juice and the egg white, but trying not to bash it around. Just want it to be a smooth, uniform mousse. I can't decide yet how I'm going to serve it. I shall put some into a cocktail dish and some into another container, and that'll give me options. Now I'm going to pop this in the fridge for a good few hours so that everything gets suspended in that foam. See you in a few hours. My mandarin mousse has had time to set in the fridge. I've scooped it and I've placed it into the freezer just to fully set. Let's get it out now. Kind of looks like a little puddle of scrambled eggs. Or a little brain, a little orangey brain. For 12 hours I've dehydrated this lime, an entire tin of mandarins. And now I'm going to whiz this up and make a powder. Wow, the aroma coming off those is terrific. But I think a fun seasoning, particularly around the sides here, to decorate my mandarin mousse. Now I know on Heston's program, and indeed when you have the aperitif at the Fat Duck, you know, the condensation of the nitroglycerin, if I remembered that right, condensates inside your head and makes you vaporize steam. But I don't think that's going to happen here. And as a palate cleanser, that's how it should be. There's a burst of fresh flavours and then it's instantly gone. It's a bit like brushing your teeth between meals. And in fact, that's where Heston got this idea. He talked about in a perfect world, you'd brush your teeth between meals, but those minty menthol flavours just linger on in the mouth for ages, you know. Same as if you brush your teeth and then have a glass of orange juice. But this is completely refreshing. Yeah, it's not overly sweet, so you're not feeling like you're eating a dessert, though it's definitely more sweet and savoury. It sounds strange, but there's almost no texture. It just melts and evaporates very, very quickly. And I bet if I was able to do the dry ice version, that texture would be even softer, even more fine-grained, and would literally evaporate when it hits your tongue. Very interesting. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll catch you on the next one.